Hello, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nightfall Fox, and today I don't know what I will be streaming. I'm not like feeling in the mood just to finish up yet Silent Hill or Shaman King or continuing Castlevania. I'm gonna look for some other games to maybe try out and stuff. So it's gonna be like a one-off session, I guess. Um, just wanted to talk about a little uh, game I got today in. So that's at least something already, and then we'll see. I'm just scrolling through some games maybe, and trying out some games here on the computer. We'll see how they go. We'll see how they go. First up, I gotta show you which game I got. This game just in, which is Glenad for the PSP. Box looks super clean. Just came into the mail today. It's basically the whole visual novel of that anime of the same name, Glenad. I don't know if it's with After Story, I think it's called, with the daughter then. But hey, it's another visual novel for the PSP, and like I said, it looked clean, and also one of the few. I don't know how common this was in Japan, or at least with these visual novel stuff. But 2 discs. I never had a game with 2 discs before, so it must take up quite some data up. And that's at least what I think. Very pretty, very pretty. It's the only game I got today in, so at least something for the collection again. But that's nice. Um, I could also just talk more about my video games. That's my video game collection. Why not? Why not? I will just go get them. We were on PS3, I think, and that's oh yeah, PS3 and PSP. Maybe I will start with the PSP since we got this game in. Alright, I'm back. That's also nice. We can continue this, and we can keep talking. And this time with a VTuber. So why not? Please welcome and join and have some fun. And tell me about your experience. What's your favorite game? What's your uh, favorite pastime to do? I'm getting a drink, so nice. First up is one I already started a little on the streams, but I don't know if I will continue it. I'm not so sure. If you won't like me to, it's Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi Tag Team. I'm just picking up random stuff from the shelf, so it's not really in a particular order. I have to say, one of the better looking PSP games. It's really great to play, and it plays just like the PS2 games, not as the huge roster as Tenkaichi 3, but really great, really great. I think it's one of the better Dragon Ball Z games on the PSP. Now, next up, you will see a lot of these coming up right now. That's Yu-Gi-Oh! the PSP collection, which is the fourth one here, 5Ds, Tag Force. I'm trying to get, like I said before on this channel, I like to get all Yu-Gi-Oh games, the officially licensed games, at least 10 physical copies. So here's one of them. Great series on the PSP. Like I said, more Yu-Gi-Oh games. The fifth one was really great. This one I played the third one the most, but this one came close to it. But I did like the, well, I just knew more about GX than 5Ds. Next up, there's more Yu-Gi-Oh games of course coming, but like I said, I just picked from my shelf and just picked the first ones to show. Next up, we have Final Fantasy IV, the complete collection, Final Fantasy IV and the After Years. But there's also, as you can see in the back, bonus content. Here, interlude. There's like a little story in between those two games. So, and like the After Years, normally that was I think you can get it on Steam now, but normally the After Year was only on Wii, and now it's delisted from all the Wii, so that's like we're losing content over the years. So if you still want a good copy with a unique style, I would say get this one. It's definitely worth it, especially if you're a fan of the Final Fantasy IV world. And yeah, this looks amazing, great. Comes with like these things, I'll show you then. Like it came with these cards. Also, that's nice artwork in the inside. I'm gonna show you these cards. Oh. Also in the back. That's some nice artwork from the, I think, OG game or from the creator. Here's Cecil. No, Kane. I'm sorry. Cecil is the main guy. Some great artwork. I don't know if, well, this may be just because we're in the PAL region, but I'm not sure everyone got this. But hey, I'm so glad I picked it up. It's a great collection. Next up, which is in the same style, Dissidia Duodecim 012 Final Fantasy Legacy Edition. Look at that. The same thing, they made those cards with it. And look at that artwork, it's so cool. That was such a great game. I think it's better than the PS4 game. They should have ported this one to the PS4 and PS5. This was such a good one. Pretty game also for the PSP. I remember playing it a lot and getting all the DLC for it. Like, and also like look at that artwork in the at the front. Isn't that amazing? Like all showing all the new characters. Like I really love it that they had Lacuna in there. It's a great series. No, the first one does have a reversible cover. I'm gonna show you the cards then. These are all of the new characters. So first up, Laguna Loire. Such a cool character, and I like it that he has his like in Final Fantasy VIII. There's a section he plays in his soldier, Galbadia soldier outfit, and that's an outfit that you can lock in the game. So I love it, and I always used to play as that outfit. I mean, I love this one too, but I prefer the Galbadia soldier. Laguna Loire, so pretty. Then next up, Tifa. Such a nice art style. Tifa Lockhart. Next up, we have Yuna. And I was hoping that when they released Yuna as a rival, I was hoping they would release Seymour. I think he would have been a great addition to the Dissidia. Next up is Lightning. Such a great art style. Can everyone hear the music well? And here's Fawn from Final Fantasy XII. Such a great artwork. Come on. He has great outfits. I like that one there where he has a Sky Pirate outfit when you unlock it. It's such a good. It's from the Nintendo DS game that he on his own, or how he appeared in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2. And then of course we have Kain. Look at the Dragoon Master. Kain Highwind. I had to get them. This. Like, I don't know if there was any other version. I can't remember anymore. Next up, we have Bird by Sleep. Special edition. Yeah, it's a little. Like I said, it was from my childhood, so I took care of most of my games. But as you see, I must have played this one also a lot because I had to unlock everything. Well, at least try to. I don't know what came with it anymore. Oh yeah, that's right, an art book. Yeah, and it's a beautiful thing. And also came with the wall scroll that I got actually in my background now in my room now. So I also like this. Like, look at the shininess of this box. You would see it more better if you have it in hand, but it's like a like I don't know how to say it though, but lenticular or shiny. I will just say shiny. It's just very shiny. I might get one day the final mix version. I don't know yet. It's the final mix version is on the PS4 and on the collection. But here's what came with it. The art of Kingdom Hearts Bird by Sleep. Has this nice little artwork in there. Nice CG renders of them. Shows all the characters from all the worlds. Like, for a PSP game, they did really good. Square Enix was really on their level when making games, though. Enchanted Dominion. The armors. Mysterious Tower. We got Neverland with Peter Pan and the Lost Boys, Tinkerbell, Hook. Hades, and of course Hercules, but Zack. So yeah, like what they did with Crisis Core in the PS5 version or PS4, whichever version you got. It's fine. Look at young Axel. It's Sykes. So cool. Got it memorized. And then here the art. What was I saying again? Yeah, the voice actor of Zack. I don't know what happened to the OG actor, but I wish they took him again, because I don't know about Cloud if they took the same one. I'm not sure though. But I would have preferred his voice actor that he had on the PSP or in almost every other appearance. But all in all, the game is still great. But they could have given the option to the people, like they do it with the OG soundtrack. But I don't know, it would have been. I don't know. I don't know how it would go, but I guess there must be some modders out there that gave him the original voice actor, just to be more familiar with it. Okay, next up we have Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together Premium Edition, which is also a game now, Tactics Ogre Reborn on the PS5. So if you played this version, it's the same exact one. Maybe there's some new stuff added, but I remember playing this one also a lot too, because I was a big fan of Final Fantasy Tactics. So to see that they ported this to the PSP, it was something else, and I have to say sometimes pretty difficult though. But almost the same as oh, it came with a little mini soundtrack. I guess you can play it on the PSP. I'm not sure, or on, I don't know where you would be able to play it. I'm not so used to mini players. Again, just a game. Great artwork again. Looks great. I had a long time that I wasn't able to play this because my disc was those UMDs they break so easily. But I got some replacement for it, so now I can play it again on my PSP, and it looks still it plays amazingly. So this replacement very handy. Then of course we got the World of Tactics Ogre Let Us Cling Together. Again, another artwork book, which looks also very nice. The character detail, the artwork of the characters looks so cool. Like I really like the art of Vice Bozak. Pretty cool. Yeah, some cool characters, I have to say. Cool designs. Like many of these were recruitable in your party. I'm not sure about everyone anymore, but hey, looks cool. Some of them, some of the enemies you can, of course. Here are the classes: Warrior, Archer, Enchantress, and Cleric. Kunoichi I see here. Ninja, Barbarian, Knight, Rune Lancer, Swordmaster, Dragoon. That's some pretty cool art. Beast Tamer. Made the tarot cards. It's cool. It's very cool. I might say though that collecting these right now, well, some of these premium editions or collector's editions, special editions, they can get quite costly though. So I'm glad I picked them up when I was younger. Next up, the third birthday, or I would say Parasite Eve 3, but maybe one day they make a Parasite Eve 3, an official one, because this could be considered as a spin-off, but well, to some people's opinions, but I loved Parasite Eve 2. I think it was a great game. We in the West here, yeah, the West I would say, Europe at least, we never got Parasite Eve 1 unless you got it digital online, which I got at least later, so I got to try it out. I still need to finish it, but I have to say, first one plays pretty great. Wish we gotten it, but I remember the second one good, and I love that one. And this one is just a kind of a action shooter, and you play as Aya Brea. For those who know the story. No, I think it's still, well, it's not the best game, but I think it's still pretty good, and it might be one of the games that I will stream because, yeah, well, it's fun to play. At least to me. It could be better though. There was also the Twisted Edition, which came with this wedding picture of her, Aya Brea, full in blood. They really were up to par with their CG. And then next is looks pretty. I played definitely this one a lot. From a distance you don't see, but if I think I might show it like this. You can definitely see the wear and tear of it. I did play this one a lot. I really loved it. Thought it was pretty fun to play. Like I said, I would love to see a return of Aya Brea. Especially in the way they dealt with like monsters and stuff. It would fit nowadays. And the people are like, they want more strong, like there are a lot of strong women already out there, but hey, why not add another one? And I love this red case of it. I think it just looks beautiful. Just simple. Don't know if I showed the code, but it's not valid anymore. It's not working anymore. This was also one of the games that I completely destroyed, the UMD at least, so I had to get a replacement for it, but as you can see now, it's fixed again. And it also came as the other special editions for it with some artwork. And it looks still amazing. They really did a good job. Here are the different outfits that you can unlock for her. Maid outfit, business outfit, her normal outfit, Chinese dress, Santa outfit, leather outfit, knight armor. Some of the other characters in the story. And the sister kinda. Kyle. Some more characters. Some of the artworks. And yeah, they did really good. And I missed it that they gave this as a, like, I don't think I had to pay so much extra just to get this version. Maybe a couple of euros more to get this extra with it. So hey, why not? I think it looks cool. It's great to collect. And like I said, these now can get quite expensive. Here, information, artworks of the monsters, I guess. Look at this. Wouldn't this look great in like Unreal Engine on PS5? Come on. Square Enix Spring Break Aobrea. Or Aya, I don't know how you pronounce it. Aya, I think it's more Aya. Okay, those were kind of the special editions more. I know there's a lot more out there, but those are the ones that I collected. Alright, so you saw me just now pick up we got today Glenallen. We got a couple more Japanese PSP games. This one, I will go over these quickly because I showed them before, I think. That's, well, at least some of them. But here's Persona 2, Innocent Sin. Yeah, I picked this one up because of the Persona series, and it was pretty cheap to get this one. But I already went over these because of some pickup video. Rockman 2, Rockman Dash 2, I meant. Mega Man Legends 2. I don't know if I went over this one. Final Fantasy Type O. I just want, there's a HD version, but I did want to get this because it originally started on the PSP, and it's also one of the games that came with 2 discs. Because if I imagine the PS4 version completely on the PSP, that's a big game. And of course, it looked great on the PSP. Next up is a anime I watched, and I wanted to see the visual novel. This, I don't know full name, but I know the short of it. It's Haganai, or something like with I don't have many friends or something. I just know his voice actor is the same one as Kisei from Kuroko no Basket. It's one of the first animes I ever watched, so when I started watching anime again, I watched Dragon Ball Z, of course, and Pokemon and Metabots and other cartoons sometimes. Next up, we have Toradora, another visual novel. Next up, Digimon Redigitize. So if you play Digimon Next World on PS4 or Switch, this is like a prequel to this game, I think, at least. I'm not sure. Still need to try it out. I know this version is also on 3DS and it has a little more options, so between the two I would choose the 3DS version, I think, though. But hey, it looks great on PSP, so why not? I think it looks better on PSP, if I'm not mistaken. Next up, we have Danganronpa 1. I just love Danganronpa, and I knew it started on the PSP, so I had to get it. This is the best version, which is the Essentials for us in Europe, or the Platinum versions, as you can say. Got it pretty cheap. And then, of course, Danganronpa 2. One of my favorite series. That's where I base my eyes on. Next up, we have Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D Tag Force 6, which is a Japanese only one, well, Asian one, I will say. Yeah, I had to pick this up in order to get my Yu-Gi-Oh! Collection on there. So, alright, next up. We got some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Games. Yu-Gi-Oh! Tag Force 1. Yu-Gi-Oh! Tag Force 2, which is one of the latest one I actually picked up. Together with, close to the 6th one though. But the 6th one was Japan only, Asian only. This one I just picked up randomly from the closed game store and was a decent price. And then this one I already showed you a couple of times before. It's the one that I played the most, Yu-Gi-Oh! Tag Force 3. Such a great game. Great for the PSP. Great visuals. Definitely recommend it if you want to play it on a PSP, or just a portable version of it. Okay, next batch of games. I'm gonna put these back already, just in case. And I have so much more to show you guys. Put this here. Okay, like I said, not all games are not the best ones or whatever. It's just something I picked up for the collection, or I did play it and enjoy it a little. Sometimes it's also just because I was into that game, movie, or whatever it was at the time. Like, this is for one example. I did like the Tron movie a lot, so I did pick up Tron Evolution for the PSP. It was very cheap, and I really liked the art style of this on this cover. Like, this is what captured me the most. Just this front cover alone already. I think it looks pretty. I like the lights on the outfits and stuff. And the game itself was pretty decent, actually. I did enjoy it. Don't know if I ever beat it, though. But, hey. Love it. I did pick up the PS3 version at once, too. But I sold it again. Because it was still worth a lot of money at the time. Next up was just, we were playing just a random game on PS3 that we bought on a trip, and it was White Knight Chronicles 2, which will show up in PS3 games later, I think. So there was a PSP game coming for it, White Knight Chronicles Origins, so we had to pick this one up. I picked one up, and I think my younger brother and my older brother too, and normally we would have been able to play together, but I think at some point we never played together too, so... But we really enjoyed the PS3 game a lot of White Knight Chronicles. I remember starting it, but not playing it super much though on the PSP. But hey, maybe it's a time to pick it up again. Next up is also one that I just wanted to get because it's like the definitive version of Mortal Kombat Deception, which is Mortal Kombat Unchained. And yet again, I love the artwork on this cover. It captured me immediately. Like, I think this is great. This is just the PS2 game with extras on the PSP. Like, you could play as Kitana, you could play as Goro, as Shao Kahn. I see Kitana, Jack, Frost, Blaze, Goro, and Shao Kahn. This is the French version, yeah. But you can play it in English, so... well, at least for me. I'm not that best in French, but I see you can. It's also the German version. Yeah, great game. Had also the Conquest mode, which is the story mode, which is so cool. I don't know if there's like the definitive version somewhere else, but pick this one up if you want to. And look at this. Doesn't this look great? Alright, next up, I think this is the game that got me the PSP, and I wish I got, like, my goal was to, at the time I was stupid and I didn't pre-order at the time, but I wanted the PSP one, and who knows, I might find it in Japan when I go there. Yes, I'm going to Japan, but it's next year. Maybe I will find the PSP version of Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. Maybe, I will see. I would love it, because I love this game on the PSP, and this was the game. This is the game that I wanted the PSP for. It was my first game, and I played it so much. Like that scene, I had a save file just before it. The scene before where Genesis and Jill and Sephiroth are fighting. It's such an amazing scene. So great. And as a first game to pick up, I think it's a really good one. Really enjoyable. Next up is the one that I had to pick. I picked this. Oh, yeah. I it could be in. As you can see, there's like a little. I think it's from a sticker that was once there. Like I need to get rid of that, or is it in the artwork itself? Ooh, it's in the artwork itself. I think there's something spilled. I can't. I couldn't remember that. But hey, Final Fantasy Tactics: The War of the Lions, one of the greatest tactics games out there. I really like it. It's such a good one, and so many characters that join. You have Cloud in there. Ooh, spoilers: secret character Cloud. You got Baltier from Final Fantasy 12. You see Aerith in there. Um, you see references to other characters. You see a Sid in there. It's just such a great tactics game. Also a great story actually. But I really enjoyed it. I played this one a lot. This might be also one that I might stream again because I think it's a great game to play. But the grind work to go unlock everything, or at least with your own character or with many other characters, to get all the jobs, it takes so much time. But kind of enjoyable. Alright. Next up is Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops. Great game, but we got this actually, like you will see later, I have Portables Op Plus. But we picked Portable Op Plus first, then this one. And I have to say, I'm so sad that it's kind of stuck on the PSP. So I'm hoping with the Metal Gear games getting a revival, that they are gonna come back also on the PS4 and PS5, because this game has a beautiful art style when telling the story, and it's such a great game, such a good one actually. You see so many origins. You see like the origin here. He's called Null, and I will not spoil it yet because people still want to play it. But it's such a great it's a great game, really great game, great story, and like they did it in a comic book style, and that's what I think appeals to it, and that's what they did in Peace Walker, also with the comic book style. It looks amazing. It's really great. Definitely give this a shot. Can be confusing at some points just to how to travel and navigate to everywhere, but definitely give this one a shot. Really great. Speaking of Metal Gear, like I said, it's not an order I just picked up from the shelf. Metal Gear Acid 2. This one I did play a lot on my free time. Just because the story itself was okay, could be better, but the gameplay really took me in. I really liked. It's like turn-based with cards that you had to collect, and some of these cards had like scenes from the game that played when you use it, and I watched them all over and over again. And yeah, of course, the visual style is also appealing to me in Metal Gear Acid 2. It's really cool. It looks amazing on, and it also came with like 3D goggles, so you could see some of the scenes in 3D, as you can see here. But it was a weird peripheral, but still cool. And I'm glad I picked this one up because I think people overlook on this game, and I think it's a really great one. This might be one I might stream. I think it's a hidden gem, kinda. Don't worry, there's much more. Well, we're getting there. I don't know if I shared this one before. We got Spider-Man Web of Shadows, but I think so I did. I'm still looking for the PS2 version for this one, but this one can get quite expensive. Picked this up pretty recently actually. Okay, this one I picked up maybe a year and a half ago. Mega Man X Maverick Hunter. A remake of the first Mega Man X game in a new style, but yeah, I don't think they will ever port this one to a different thing. But hey, it's Mega Man X on a new style. If you're looking for something to try out again, definitely give this one a shot. And spoilers: if you beat the game, you unlock an extra mode where you can play as Vile the whole story, which is pretty cool. Pick this up. There's this movie, the Brave Little Toaster, and it's still sealed. This was in a Goodwill, to have to say, and they had like 20 of these laying there. So I decided just to pick one up, just for the fun of it. It was like only one euro, which would be like $2 or something. Next up, one of the games I also played a lot because I was in the hype of Naruto. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Impact, which is basically Naruto Dynasty Warriors, and oh boy, they did a good job with this one. A really good one. Like the scenes that they show on this PSP with their unique style, it's great. It's really great. If you're looking for something to play portable, nowadays some phones are capable of emulating some PSP games. Definitely give this one a shot, especially if you're a fan of like some mind-blowing games. Mind-blowing. Not so mind-required games, which is a Dynasty Warriors. You just mash buttons, but there's a little bit of strategy to this, and sometimes you have to. And for the cutscenes, pay attention. Quick time events. That's what I meant. Alright, here this was one I mentioned, Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops Plus, which is just more a mini game-esque thingy. Just unlocking more characters like Ray Campbell here. Getting Raiden. Many more characters from the series, which was pretty cool. I like to play as Genome Soldiers from Metal Gear Solid 1. It was a pretty cool game, but not really a story to it. But cool, pretty cool. This one I picked up recent, so I might have shown this one already. Crash Tag Team Racing. So I'm not gonna quickly go over it. Voila. Next up, Simpsons game. Yeah, I think I went over this because I mentioned the PSP. Next up is Daxter, which I never played, but I did try a little of the beginning, so I'm definitely going to continue this game because I think Jak and Daxter are a pretty good series. I need to make a comeback on the PS5 at least, because Ratchet and Clank is still there, but Jak and Daxter, where are they? I wish I had not the platinum version of it, but hey, it was pretty cheap to pick up, so why not? Still looks pretty good. I think I showed this one too before, Scooby-Doo. Who's watching? Just wanted to pick this one up, just as it looked like a funny little game. And cheap to pick up, so why not? Here's one I played a lot. I took so many hours into this one. It's the City of Final Fantasy. Again, great artwork. Look at this. The Cloud. All the main characters: Terra, Bart, Cecil, Onion Knight, Furion, the Warrior of Light, Zidane, Squall, Tidus or Tidus, however you pronounce it. And then on the inside, with the reversible cover, you see all the villains then. So you could basically choose which version you like. But some people just get it twice just to display both versions of it. Which is a nice way of showing it, like the two contrasts to another. So you put like this side to here, and then the evil side here, and then you make like a nice V shape. Here, I did play this one also a lot. Like I said, I had when I was younger and had the PSP. My brothers had it too, but my younger brother didn't play it so much. My older brother sometimes, and this was one of the games that we did definitely play together because this was you could play together on the PSP, and I like it that you can do the story together. I think you were able at least to do missions together, and it was so fun because sometimes you had to do like boss battles and you could work together. So it was pretty cool to play it together with my brother. And there's some secret missions that you can play against Monster Hunter monsters. You had to beat them then, and of course, if you wanted like the special stuff, you had to beat them without killing them. You had to put their stamina to all the way to 0, and I did that alone. I remember, and then I helped him do it on his PSP save file. Such a great game, also a great story, and I was so surprised how well this looks on a PSP. A little awkward to play on the PSP, but once you get used to it, it's pretty fun. Like the PSP could definitely use a second analog stick. That was the biggest problem, I think. Okay, first up we have Metal Gear Acid. As you can see, I'm a big Metal Gear Solid fan, but that's also partially because that's what my brother played a lot, and it was his favorite game, the first one on the PS1. He played that one so much, but yeah, the story is captivating. The voice acting was really great. We can still quote lines from the game. It's so good. It's so good. And of course, yeah, I had to pick up all the Metal Gear games on PSP. I do miss some couple of them, and that's the graphic novels, which I'm so sad I don't have for the PSP. One day. Next up, it's because I was a fan of JRPGs, and I wanted to try out some, but I don't think I have super many on the PSP though. But I heard great reviews about this one. This was the time I was starting to look more and more in YouTube for reviews of games. And this one looked appealing to me, and I did play it, and I really enjoyed it, but I had struggled with the final boss. And now it's getting ported to the PS5, but it's like an old new style, but I would have to get used to it because I really dig the old anime style. They really did good, and it's a port of a PS1 game if I remember. Really good. I just remember my family laughing a lot because I play with the volume up. They were just hearing like, yeah, yeah, yeah. All the constant yelling. Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie. Picked this one up. The same where the Brave Little Toaster came from. Also for €1. So why not? Eh? It's a great another game for the collection. And I think it looks pretty cool, the artwork. Okay, we have one more stack. Alright. Next up is Star Wars Battlefront 2 for the PSP. I don't think I got this one myself. It's just when my brother he just gave away his PSP, I think, or sold it, and he gave all his games to me then. And this was one of the games he had. So that was, I think, I got it actually for him. But then when he stopped playing PSP, he gave it to me then. Next up, we have Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. Never played this one. When my mom's friend was giving away games, he wanted me to sell his games, which I sold a lot from. But I said to him I want a couple of them to keep for my own, and I think this was one of them, because his son used to play games. But he still does, but not as much anymore. And now I have it. GTA Liberty City. I still need to try it. I stopped playing GTA games after San Andreas, so I'm not so familiar with many of the games. This game, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Heroes 2, I had it a couple of times, but I sold it many times again to the store until I got like I always had like a different version of it, not the platinum version or something, or the essentials. And one day I got this one, the normal looking one, and I have to say it looks great. It's a great game. It was in the beginning that I started watching Naruto. A friend of mine at school was playing also on a PSP, and he had this game for it because he was a huge Naruto fan at the time. And I saw the gameplay and I was like, pretty interesting. Can I borrow it for a second, for a day? And I played it, not the whole game through though. And I said, okay, I'm getting this for myself. And yeah, it's a fun little, fun little, fun little game. Definitely recommend it. This one I picked up as a joke because I saw a video that was like top 100 PSP games, and this was on the 100 spot. It's basically just a Budokai game, but it's based on the awful movie of Dragon Ball. Like how I think the game has better scores than the movie itself. How did they even make this to production? It baffles me. Same with the Avatar movie, The Last Airbender, the first one. Okay, this one I did pick up because I did play this on the Game Boy Advance. And yeah, I saw that this one was being kind of remade for the PSP, so I had to pick this one up. And it's a beautiful art style also. Great game, great game. It's a good story. Gameplay is pretty good. Definitely recommend this one if you want to play something on the PSP. It's a really good one. And I think it's cheaper than getting the original PS1 or PS2, but I remember that's one of the pricier games on the PSP. Next up is a game that my brother got, was Marvel Superhero Squad. He was a huge fan of the cartoony show, and he got this game. I did play it a little though, but not fully. But I think I should still complete it though. I just like it that you can play as Marvel characters, and yeah, of course, Spider-Man. Spider-Man is in there. Next up, we have Jak and Daxter: The Lost Frontier. I should have picked this one up for the PS2, but I don't know if it's available on PS2 and PAL regions. Never saw it really before, but I did pick this one up. It's something else, and I do like the new, like how Jak looks in this one. I have to say, Jak looks great in this game. This stack is getting a little full. Okay, next up, another Naruto game, Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Heroes 3. That was the sequel to the other one just I showed before. Didn't like it as much as the second one though, but still great. The gameplay is still great. But I did like the second one more. But hey, it's a Naruto game, still cool. This one I just picked up. I think it was because it was pretty cheap. I did play it a little, but not much though. I remember I liked the concept that you're hunting the tailed beasts and you have to fight them, but the controls are so awkward and so awful. And I stopped playing, but I kept it. Might need to give it a try again. It's just maybe that I was just not used to it. But I like the concept that you're fighting the tailed beasts though. But I don't think all of them are in there because at that point I don't think they showed everything yet. This one is from my brother. I never played it myself. I did play it a little myself, which I'm still busy with a playthrough. But I'm still willing to finish it though. Assassin's Creed Bloodlines. Look at that artwork, it's so cool. It was at the hype of Assassin's Creed 1. Which I think, like for a PSP game, this also looks pretty great. Yeah, might need to continue this one. Okay, next up. Tekken Dark Resurrection. This one I had also many times in different versions, like Platinum, Greatest Hits. But I wanted the full artwork one. Because I think Devil Jin looks so cool on this. And also, yeah, I think Tekken is a great series to play. And I recently got Tekken 5 again on PS2. But I think this version has a little more to offer, I'm not sure though. But it's a great game on the PSP. It looks great too. I think it looks better than Tekken 6 on the PSP. Next up is a whole bunch of orange. If you know what that is, that's the PSP Essentials. First up, we have Darkstalkers Chronicle, the Chaos Tower. I had to pick this one up. Luckily, I got it still pretty relatively cheap, because I think the prices went a little up for this one. But hey, like sometimes the like from what I saw on price charting, the essentials are sometimes more worth than the original, which is weird. Oh well. Next up we have this is also a weird thing. Medieval Resurrection. I meant not the game is weird, but they ported it now to the PS5, which is weird because they have the remake of Medieval on PS4, which you can play on PS5. So I don't understand why they took the time to even port this to the PS5. I saw it recently in the PSN store, so I was like, why? I mean, great, it's Medieval, but it's the first one again. But hey, we all want some more Medieval, but they could work on the second one, which I still need to get for the PS1. Next up we have Gran Turismo. This one I got just because, like, I told the story of my mom's friend getting rid of the games that he wanted to sell, and I picked this one up just because I wanted to add it to my collection. And everyone always talks so great about Gran Turismo, so I wanted to see. Like, I'm not a big racing fan. As you have seen, I have not many racing games, but I wanted to give it a try. Next up is Avatar the game, James Cameron. Avatar the game. Never played it before yet. It's just also one of those games that I picked up from my mom's friend that he wanted to sell. Then same story. Picked this one up from my mom's friend. Maybe ATV Off-Road Fury. Just wanted to give it a try. Who knows? Maybe I will enjoy this game. I think many people online have definitely played those games and can tell me more about it, but I don't know anything about it. This one is from my brother. I got him this because he was also a big Crash fan. So he gave it to me then, which is Crash Mind Over Mutants. Yeah, still need to. I think I still need to play it though. Didn't get pretty far in this game, but I'm willing to give it a shot. I know it's not the best game out there from Crash because they didn't like it. Same from my brother. He likes Siphon Filter, as he did like Metal Gear Solid, so he definitely likes Siphon Filter. We had a great PS2 game, but I don't have it anymore. I don't know what the name is anymore, but there was a PS2 Siphon Filter game, and we definitely played that one where you can create your own character and play online with other people. But yeah, we couldn't play it online with other people. Next up is same thing. I just picked this one up because of my mom's friend, Medal of Honor Heroes, and then of course the sequel. I think he was into a lot of war games because he had a lot of them on the PS2 and PSP, but I didn't take them all anyway, so I had to pick these two up. I just wanted to give them a try. So I don't know how it is. Might be a really enjoyable game. Same thing from my mom's friend, Dante's Inferno. I used to have it before, but now I have it back on the PS3, the Dead Edition. So I just picked this one up because it's also a great version to play on the go on the PSP, and it's the whole game from the PS3 on the PSP. So, but yeah, of course they had to downgrade the graphics a little, but still it looks great on the PSP and it plays great too. Next up is Pro Street. Just because of my mom's friend, I picked this one up too. I think my dad loved this game also. He played it a lot at least, so I wanted to see why he liked it. So, and this is another Crash game that I got from my brother. He gave it to me then at the end of his PSP career. So we got this Crash of the Titans, which I still need to play. Alright, that was it for the PSP games. That was one of my bigger collections, but I have more PS3 games coming up. Okay, with the PS3 I'm just gonna go stack by stack, because otherwise I will have too much organizing skills to do. Alright, let's put up a new... Alright, we got some music again. Like PS3, it's gonna be a random sort of lot, kinda, so I'm gonna be a little faster because it's also a lot, and I still have a couple of downstairs actually. So I definitely need to show those later, because I have Dante's Inferno Death Edition down there, Silent Hill Collection. Maybe no, I still need to show it, and then. Okay, first up. Gonna reset my position first because my character is spacing out. Okay, much better. This looks good. Okay. First up, we have The Last of Us. One of the greatest stories ever told, I have to say. Definitely worth picking up. Yeah, you can get the remake part 1 or the PS4 version remastered, or on PS3 if you just still have a PS3 or some laying there. But this is a great game to pick up, really great game. And I had to pick this one up because I picked this one up for a coworker because he was getting rid of some PS3 games, and this was in there, and he just I wanted the Dante's Inferno, and he gave this one also with it, so I was like, hey, why not? It's a great game. Next up, we have one of the more expensive games out there now, Spider-Man Shattered Dimension. Still need to play it. I did play it a little, just to play as all the 4 characters once, and still need to finish it. I was very bad at finishing games, and I still am. Because, you know, there's so many games coming in. Toy Story 3, picked this up at the flea market. Swap meet, as you can say. Why not? It was cheap, and why not? This one is also because of my my mom's friend. Like I said, it was a racing game. He also PS3 games. What I was surprised was Capcom made a moto racing game. I didn't know, and that's why I kept this one. Should give it a try. Next up is Crysis 2, which I never played, and I think there's more versions out there now, better versions, so I don't know. But hey, looks cool. Still need to give it a try, and who knows, I might like it. Next up, a great horror franchise is Silent Hill, and this is Silent Hill Homecoming, but it's so janky sometimes that it just freezes the game. But hey, I liked it actually, because that's one of the games that my dad had at the beginning of the PS3, and yeah, took me some time to beat it, but I did it. Next one is Silent Hill Downpour. This one has so many. It lags a lot because it has so much to load, but I have to say I actually enjoyed it. It was pretty scary for me, but it's like I guess for me it was pretty scary, but it's not the best one out there, I have to say. But I do like that you can go, like, there's a room that you can visit, and it's Silent Hill 4's room, the apartment with the locked door. This one is Lego Jurassic World, because hey, it's Lego, it's Jurassic Park, and the fact that they had voice acting of all like the clips, the voice act clips from the movie made it awesome. And the little jokes that they did, of course, make it kid friendly also. Alright, like I said, I didn't order much my games, so I still need to do it. Naruto Ultimate Storm Revolution. I was big into the Naruto game, so I had to pick this one up. It's with Mecha Naruto. I think this is the one where on that island, but I'm not sure. It was not the best one out there, I have to say. But yeah, the fact that you have so many playable characters makes it great. And I'm excited for the new one, but I will not get it immediately though. Next up is Star Ocean The Last Hope International Edition. I don't know what's different about the versions, but hey, it looks great. But yet again, didn't get far. And she looks a little like Diva, like a little, at least with the color scheme. DVA. This is the game I talked about, White Knight Chronicles 2, which came with the remastered White Knight Chronicles 1. So you had to beat that game to get to the second one. And they took over your progress from the first one to the second one. It took me a while to get to the second one, and then I stopped playing to the second one. Because I was like, oh god, it took me so long just to get to the first game. But hey, one day I will continue with it. This one I was excited for it. It's one of the GTA kind of games that I did play, and it was Watch Dogs 1. The story was meh. I liked the concept that they were revealing, but I expected more from it, and I think many people did. This one I picked up because I was looking up some versions of. Okay, people like more the PS2 version, so they play the PS2 version on the PS4 or the original version. But I was like, hey, I'm gonna take the HD version, which is much brighter. Could be considered not as pretty as the original, but I did want to get this one just because. I like physical stuff. I don't want to get digital all the time. This one I picked up from my mom's friend. Never played it, so need to give this a shot. But like I said, I'm not a huge GTA fan, which I'm probably pissing off some fan bases right now. But hey, you can't be a fan of everything, eh? But hey, I still wanted to try this, so why not? But like I said, prefer physical media than the digital version. Next up is the same. I just wanted to pick this up. It's the limited edition of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. From my mom's friend. Never played it though. Never played it. Same thing here. I felt bad that I sold my dad's Gran Turismo because he was never playing it anymore. But I did get the chance to get this one, Gran Turismo 5 Academy Edition, which had extra DLC to it, extra cars, I think. It just had more. And so if he ever wanted to play it again, this was his version, his chance. But yeah, he never did anymore after this. Well, not at least console gaming. Okay, next up we have Motorstorm Apocalypse. Never tried this one before, like the artwork a lot. Got this one from my mom's friends. Same with this one, it's Ghost Recon. Just, yeah, he was getting rid of some games. I paid him for it. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I stopped playing actually after the third one. So I never tried the fourth one, and I heard many people say the fourth one is the best. So I still need to give it a try. There might be no new opinions on the newer games, but hey. After, I played 2 Brotherhood Revelations, then this one, halfway, and then I was like, I'm done with Assassin's Creed. It was getting a little too much for me. It was too similar to each other. And from here I don't like I think that's also why I don't like Black Flag as much. I'm not a big fan of the time period. Next up we have Assassin's Creed 2 Game of the Year edition. Did play this one. I'm missing a couple trophies to get the platinum, but hey. Like I said, I just wanted to get through some of them. Continuing with Assassin's Creed, we have the first one. I did play this one fully, not 100% though, but I did play the whole story. If I have the chance to pick out his outfit, I always choose it, because I do like sometimes the OG outfits. Same thing with my mom's friends. Like, I took a lot of games over from him. Before New Year, no, before last year. Before Christmas. So I picked this one up too, never played it, never played Red Dead Redemption. People are gonna be like, oh, you never played Red Dead Redemption? No, like I said, I'm not a big Rockstar fan, but one day I might give it a shot, and this is just a zombie version, so who knows. Picked up Mafia 2, well, I picked up, it's also from my mom's friend. I guess he was into, or his son was at least into Rockstar games. He was more into the racing, so here we have MXGP. And I think that was the last one I think I picked up from him. I'm not so sure though. Alone in the Dark, that was still from when my dad picked this one up because he was a fan of Alone in the Dark. I played it halfway, maybe. I just remember, I don't have your stone. And F you anyway. It's funny. This one I picked up just because it was cheap and it was a tactical RPG. And I wanted to see how it was. It's enjoyable, but for some reason it didn't capture me. Maybe one day I will try it again, because I still remember it had great reviews. So interesting concept also, aliens coming and tactical RPGs. But I remember that the better you play, the harder you get, the harder it gets. Okay, that was the first stack. Alright, my character's back. Sorry for all the spacing out. Just so funny to see him space out so much. Alright, here we go, continue again. First up we have here Final Fantasy 13. I was so excited to pick this one up. I heard bad reviews of it. I really enjoyed it until... really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. But at some point I was also... it's not the best Final Fantasy game, but I did complete it. It took me a while though. I think it had potential. And I think it still does. I still want to replay it because I bought the PC version of it now, and I can play it on with better graphics than originally at the PS3. So I definitely wanted to give it a shot at it again, to play it again. Like it definitely had potential, and I think my favorite character from this game is Snow. He's so cool. But you know, at some point they become irrelevant and you just take the best characters out there. Next up we have a game that I platinumed, which I was a huge fan of, and I had first this one, Lords of Shadow, just a normal version, and I went back to the store when this version came out. I gave it in and I was like, I want the Castlevania Lords of Shadow collection. He was like, huh? You're giving in this game? And I was like, yeah, you get all the DLC. And I still got like, yeah, a good price for it, actually, the normal version. And he was like, yeah, well, for that cheap, just to get all the DLC. And I was like, yeah, it's cheaper to get this, with the discount that I got, than buying a digital online. And it was, I had everything in the HD of Mirror of Fate, a demo of Lords of Shadow 2, and the original Lords of Shadow with all the DLC. So for me it was a great deal, and I love this artwork. It's a great game. I went platinum for it. I wanted to get 100% on Mirror of Fate, which I haven't done yet. And Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2 was I was really looking forward to that game, and I rebought it on the PC, so I will definitely do a playthrough of this game on the PC. Be sure of it. And I think the way the story is being told with that art style is amazing. Such a... Not many people talk about this game, or it's just a shit about this game, but I think it's a really, really, really great game. Even though it copied a lot from other games. I can definitely say that too, but I think what they did in this world of this first one, and Mirror of Fate, kinda, I love it. With the sequel, I was so hyped for this one. It has a great intro, it has some great visuals, but when you're playing, it's the gameplay is okay, but I think the story could have been much better. I think they effed up a little. So I was a little disappointed by this game, but it had some DLC, which you can play as Alucard, which I think is great, but it had much more potential. There could have been much more out of there, but either way, I do like them. I do like them a lot. Occasionally would replay them. Alright, next up is a game that I competed with a childhood friend a lot. That was Tekken 6. I was still in school. He was a big fan of Tekken 6 because he had a character that was just like his name, which was Lars. Yeah, and I guess who he played as? Yeah, Lars. And I played as here the middle guy, Kazuya Mishima. But I did play as Jin Kazama a lot too, because I was a big fan of Jin Kazama, and I got a real life tattoo of his tattoo on my arm. So yeah, I do like this franchise a lot. Next up we have Tekken Hybrid. I picked this one up not super long ago, not recently, but still a year ago or something, a year and a half. I wanted to show the movie that came with it. I wanted to show the movie, and also, yeah, Attack and Tag Tournament, great game, great PS2 game, and I really enjoyed it to get the platinum for it. Got the platinum for my girl too. Shows how much I like the game. Dead Space 3, great game. EA was kind of profiting already a little too much from it, and I hope if they continue the remaking the Dead Space games that they will do it a little better, because it's not bad, but it could have been better. They were focusing on multiplayer a little too much, but there's still a great single player game, but it could be better, definitely better. Speaking of Dead Space, then we have the second one, also a great game, very good, even better than, I think it's better than the first one. I don't know what to say exactly, but it's great. It's so good. It's a good series. I really loved it, and I gave this to my brother also, and he really enjoyed it because he loves like Resident Evil kind of games, and yeah, this was like the new game to play. Next up, we have, of course, Dead Space 1. Now with the remake on PS5, which I recommend because it definitely looks much greater on PS5, and they changed also a lot of things to have it more easier and a more enjoyable time to explore the Ishimura. But either way, still a great version to play. Next up is a platinum that I got not so long ago, is X-Men Origins Wolverine Uncaged. I heard great things about this game, never played it before, but I always wanted it and I never picked it up. And I did pick it up like 1.5 or 2 years ago at least at some convention, because I had to. I actually enjoy the movie a lot, whatever they say. I know the Deadpool that appears in this movie is like very bad, and like I know Americans don't like the movie, but I do like. I enjoyed the movie a lot. I think it's a great movie. Speaking of Deadpool the game, recent pickup from last year. Still need to finish it though. I'm like halfway in the game. I'm sorting. So yeah, it's also harder to find. At least over here. I have not seen it much. And if I saw last weekend PS4 version, but he was asking $40, and I was like, nope. It was cheaper, yeah. This one, I played all 3 of them, but not very far of it. But I did enjoy the games, and I was like, hey, classic HD trilogy, why not? Bless you. Sorry. Guess what? I didn't get very far again. Just played it a little. But I still want to finish the trilogy. I do want to finish it. I will one day. When I have more time. I tried it. I liked it. Didn't finish it also. I didn't get pretty far because I was like, at some point they give you many missions to choose from, and I didn't know where to go, and I think I took one of the harder missions already, and I was struggling to get through, and then I stopped playing the game, and of course there were other games to play, but from what I might start again just to learn the beginning again and then do the right thing, because what I played was pretty good actually. Gameplay was pretty good. And then this one, I still need to finish it, but I'm very close to it. And I think they missed with this game. That could have been so much more. So much more. It was an interesting concept that you can mess with the memories of the people to benefit more you. Interesting concept. It's a really interesting concept, and I still need to finish it, and I want to finish it. But they missed the ball with it. They could have improved a little more. Okay. First I'm gonna show up this special edition of Algaraz Generation of War Zero from Ghostlight. I just wanted to pick this one up, because why not, eh? It was like a turn-based video game, came with the soundtrack and stuff. It had a decent art style, at least in the game. Oof. This was like a little back cover for it. It's a little damaged. But it also came with lots of goodies. Came with like a poster or something, and I like, look at this, what they gave it. Like these particular cards, 3D cards. It's pretty cool, huh? And as you can see, oh, where's my character? I think the games are in the way, that's why. There it is. It also came with the soundtrack CD. I definitely should give this game a shot again. Who knows, I might understand it better, because at the time I didn't understand it much and I was not super captured yet by the gameplay. Like I like tactical RPGs, so it should have been in there for me, but for some reason it didn't capture me though. It was also not a series that I was known. Wait, the art style looks good though, from the anime people. Let me see this poster quickly. Oh, it's just pretty cool. Just the cover. Okay, it's a big poster. Sorry, who knows, this might be worth much one day. Okay, I picked up The Amazing Spider-Man, because I love Spider-Man games. I love Spider-Man. That's why I have a Spider-Man wall frame now. Next up I picked up some Japanese game. It's the Biohazard Revival Selection, which comes with Resident Evil 4 HD and Code Veronica HD, and I just wanted it because it's a physical version of Resident Evil Code Veronica HD. The Resident Evil 4 just as a kind of an extra for me. I just wanted this. I just wanted the HD version. So that's pretty cool to pick up. Then we have Dragoon 3, which is Dragon Guard 3. I had to pick this one up because it's in the same universe kinda as Nier Automata. And hey, it's from the same makers, Square Enix. And also the game looks pretty interesting to play. Never played it before. Just played the first one. I picked up Biohazard HD Remaster, so I'm definitely still gonna pick up Biohazard 0 HD Remaster on the PS3. Just because I want to complete the collection on the PS3. And they look great, so. Next up we have just a pick, like I said, I'm also a fan of Dynasty Warriors, so we picked up Dynasty Warriors Strike Force. I did play this one a lot, and I don't think this one has trophies actually. Yeah, I thought this was pretty cool because like they can kind of transform into like a super form, and I thought that was pretty cool. Even though it was pretty simple, you just still button mash everything, but hey, the enemies could do it too, get stronger, like Lebu was super strong. But hey, I thought it was pretty cool. definitely. But I do miss the co-op though. Next up is a game that I platinumed a couple of times, which is Bakugan Battle Brawlers. It's an easy game to get a platinum for. You just have to spend a little time on it just to get it. But hey, I thought it was pretty fun, and well, it's simple, but simple button mashing thingy or shaky thingy. Nowadays it would just be made fun of because of the shaky thing, the motion of it. You'll if you see it, you'll get it. But hey, thought it was interesting to pick up, and it at the time was cheap, but nowadays it's getting a little more expensive to find. But hey, don't know why. Next up is Battle of Z, which I picked up recently again. I had it on the Vita, but never on the PS3, so I'm replaying this one on the PS3. Not now exactly, but I'm definitely replaying it because I want to play the Dragon Ball Z story again. But I did enjoy it on the Vita, and it was also like that's how they kind of did games in Japan. So I was like, hey, I want to learn more about the Japanese games, but it's not an exact representation of it. But hey, thought it was pretty cool. Next up, we have Batman: Arkham Asylum. I played a little of it, but I just hear many people talk about good things about it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it too. But I got it for super cheap, so I picked this one up. I played it a little, but like I said, I was not a huge Batman fan at the time. So yeah, still need to give this one a try. Speaking of Batman, I got the Telltale series on the PS3, but I kind of regret it because if I had known, I would have taken the PS4 version because yeah, I think it runs smoother and it looks a little better on PS4. But hey, it was super cheap to pick up, so why not? Hey. Next up, we have a game that I actually played a lot on PS3, and I think it's pretty good actually. Is Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13, the Benelux Limited Edition. I don't know what was extra so much on it again, except the DLC, I guess. Yeah, DLC contains the Cloud Strife outfit plus Lightning Samurai. Yeah, I really enjoyed this game. I played it a lot, and I think I platinumed it. I think so. And with this game, I don't know if everyone always got it. It came with the steel bookcase of it. And I think it looks pretty cool. It's just Lightning the same as this, but like in steelbook form, it just looks amazing. And then there's the back. Sadly, has one giant scratch here, or like a couple of them. But yeah, you know what happens with steelbooks, and I think that's also why they're not so valued as much, because it's insanely easy to scratch up. But hey, the front, not a single scratch on there, and it looks amazing. A game that I also played a lot, and that was at the time with my coworkers. When I just started working, I don't know if the PS4 was already out, but I don't think so. And they were also one of them was also playing this one, and we were competing for the platinum. Who got it first? And I think he got it first because he was a little older than me. So I picked this one a little later up, and I got actually the super special edition for that, the 110 euro one it was, and boy oh boy did I like this game a lot. I thought it was pretty fun, and to get all the DLC then for it. It took me a while to beat everyone, but hey, it was pretty cool. Well, I think I should replay it again. Alright, next tag then. There's gonna be a little background noise, which is just my something from the window going down, so forgive me for that. Yeah, my camera kind of died on me, but yeah. Alright. Here we go. Oh, what? It's coming back, it's coming back. It's just somewhere. Here I am. Oh, that was funny. Okay. It's because of the games again, I guess. I'll put this one up later. Okay, here we go. First up is a trilogy. Ninja Gaiden Sigma. This is the American version. I just picked this one up because it was super cheap and it was like, oh, it's the American version, so we sell it cheaper. Not the best condition, I have to say, though. Look here in the bottom, you see a little from the paper thingy from the cover, but hey, still great. I played the Vita version, but not this version. But anyway, I just wanted to get the trilogy on the PS3. So, as I said, trilogy. Here comes the second one. I did beat this one on the PS3 because I had this one before I got the Vita version, and it was a tough game to beat, but I did it. And then the third one, I did play it a little, but then, like for me, I was like, oh yeah, Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge, which is the better version of it. But sadly, they gave me the original Ninja Gaiden 3, not Razor Edge version. So I was so pissed, but I never went back to switch it around. But hey, they did do some updates to the original third one. Maybe one day I will pick it up again to get the right version. But hey, I will keep what I have. Okay, next up is a trilogy kinda that's also brought me into a lot of good games, which is Demon's Souls, but I did play this one halfway, this version. I'm still on the PS5, somewhere same, a little further in the PS5 version, but I still need to continue. Just picked this one up because I also wanted to complete the games on the PS3. I picked up Dark Souls 1. Great series. I love Dark Souls 1. Look at this cover, it looks so cool. Such a great game, such a great game. Might stream this one day too, which I did already at the very beginning of my streaming days, but was not a good setup, so well, now it's much better. Dark Souls 2, never played this version. I did play the PS4 version, but hey, I picked this one pretty cheap because hey, it's Dark Souls, and maybe one day I will try it out on the PS3. I don't know the difference between the two. Next up we have God of War Collection 1 and 2, remastered in high definition, which is great. Such a great series. Also one of my early platinums. They're so great to platinum. I think it's pretty cool. The second one took me a while though, because I had to get used to hard mode, but I got it. Next up is a game that I'm like halfway into the game. It's God of War Ascension. Did not capture me as much as the other ones, but I think visually it's one of the greater looking games on the PS3. Speaking of another more platinums, the Classic HD Collection Volume 2, the PSP games, and they're so great. I think Ghost of Sparta is still my favorite one. Just like the concept with the brother Deimos. Spoiler. These are the games we're gonna get more and more, which is the One Piece games. We have One Piece Pirate Warriors and One Piece Pirate Warriors 2, which are great games to play. I think the third one is still my favorite of One Piece Pirate Warriors 3, but the fourth one is now getting DLC and getting more characters from the Wano arc, which is great. Next up, we have a collection of games, which is a Sega Mega Drive Ultimate Collection. Picked this one up at a flea market. It's great. It has many great games on there. Many of the favorites of the Americans. I did not really grow up with Sonic, but hey, I can now I can play the Sonic games on this. Next up is also one which I clean a little though. Is Mortal Kombat for PS3. Also got this at the flea market last year though. Overpriced a little, I have to say, but lately everything is overpriced at the flea market. I think they all see the videos now and price charting, oh this is worth so much, so bum. Everything full price, not even a little bit lower. Dragon Ball Raging Blast. Prefer the first one because it follows more the original story. This one, the story is bland. It's really bland. It's really bad. Then we have Dragon Ball Z Budokai HD Collection. Indeed. They ask way too much. This is a great collection. 2 easy platinums. I think this one was a little harder to platinum though, because there's the Hercule thingy at the end, which can be a little difficult. But hey, great collection, especially for Budokai HD 3. Then we picked up Ultra Street Fighter 4. That's a great compilation. Like if the PS4 version had a physical form of it, I would have taken that one. But like I said, I want physical forms of it, and it has like everything, all the characters in there, so that's great. And also I prefer this style over the newer ones though, but that's just my taste. Then I picked up Street Fighter Cross Tekken. There was also a special edition which came with a little art book. I think it's inside here. It's a little story of it. It also came with a little arcade cabinets saving thingy, coin saving, and I still have it, but I need to fix the stickers. Need to make them sticky again. And then we picked up Tales of Symphonia Chronicles. I had this digitally, but like I said, I'm more a physical guy, so I picked this up pretty cheap. And I have to say, I do like the sequel a lot though. The Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World, and it looks amazing with the other. I like the main character's design, Emil. It's a great design. And then, like, I was in a Tales thingy, picked up Tales of Cilia. Still need to continue it. I don't know how far I am, but hey, need to continue it. I did get the second one. I still need to get the second one physical. Need to remember that. Then we got Uncharted 3. I think everyone has this game on the PS3, or at least on the Nathan Drake collection. I picked up Nier. Hey, it's Nier Gestalt, or with the older version. Nier Automata is still the best. Then I picked up Devil May Cry. I actually really enjoyed this one. I liked Virgil in this version. I wanted to cosplay him. I think it's pretty cool. He had a pretty cool outfit. They were shitting on the reboot. It's not good, but if you actually played it, I think it was pretty good. Sometimes a little disgusting at some areas though. Speaking of HD collection, Devil May Cry, HD collection. I think the menus could be, and why am I shaking so much? God, this camera is just really great collection. I got it recently on the PS4 again, so hey, it's a great series. But never played the second one though, because I heard it was so awful that I just want to keep it out of my head how awful it is. So I recommend the first and third one because those are really good. Next up is one I really like, and I got it for like $5 at the time. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. It's a really great game. I might even consider replaying this one. I think it's an overlooked game, and I like that you could unlock the Grey Fox outfit. Grey Fox was such a cool character in Metal Gear Solid 1. Speaking of Metal Gear, here's the HD collection of Metal Gear Solid. Definitely played this one a lot. The third one, I got the platinum for it. Peace Walker, since I played the PSP version so much, I did beat the story on the HD version. I did a lot of the extra missions, but not all of them. Then I played Metal Gear Solid 2. I wanted to get the platinum, but I don't have the time for it anymore, and my patience is also not as good anymore. I don't have much patience anymore for frustrating stuff. Time Crisis, picked this one up recently because it's a shooter, arcade shooter, and it's 2 games in one, or 3 even. 3 games in one, and yeah, I can play this together with my girl. Then we have Enchanted Arms, which it says Ubisoft here, but if you look at the back, look at this. From Software, from the makers of Dark Souls. One of the PS3 RPGs that I played, and I actually like it a lot. I think this might be, if I have the time, I might stream this, but I don't know. But I definitely will play the story, and I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a cool story, actually. The typical RPG-ish, but I liked it. Turn-based RPG elements. You can get some monsters in there, monster robots, kinda. And it was pretty cool. I think it's one of the early PS3 games, but I really enjoyed it. That's another stack then. I have one more stack then. So, but I got some special stuff. I got the special edition of the collector's edition of Tomb Raider because I was really hyped for this game, and I'm glad I did, because this version of Tomb Raider is, I think it's so good, and I think they really did great with this reboot kind of. And it's such a nice looking steel case. They really did good. Comes with the game, some manual. Yeah. That's not only of it. It came with the survival kit box. So I don't know if I can show it, but this was like a little box that they made for it. It had the figure of Lara Croft, which is somewhere displayed in my room. Then of course the normal case, the survival edition of Tomb Raider, the art book. I think it's a great looking thing to have, and I'm surprised that it's not worth much more, because it's like a steel case of something. It looks amazing, and I think it's a great display case. Survival kit. Next up, I picked up the platinum. I was trying to sell it at some point, which I did bad because I put it's just a cardboard box, this one, so I just might leave it on there. Like, this is like young me, stupid mistake, putting a sticker on a cardboard thingy which ruins the artwork of the box. But this is not my fault. This is when I bought it. Yeah, but I keep it. I don't sell it anymore. But it's for the games that matters. Eh? It's just Uncharted 1 and 2, making the trilogy complete. Then we have Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 remix, great series. Recently got the platinum for Kingdom Hearts 2 and 1, so now I have for the platinum for 1, 2, and 3, which is great. But I still need to get a couple of more. Then speaking of Kingdom Hearts, we still have the first one, which is the limited edition. Comes with a little art book, which is so cool, like the original look of Sora here. It's really cool. Here you can see like I already checked so many times in this. It's just like, here it comes with the discs. Looks so cool. Like, I recommend definitely picking this one up if you're a big Kingdom Hearts fan. You see artwork of the Keyblades, Like I think in the here you see at the beginning there's some blah, 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 pamphlets, some Chain of Memories artwork. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Where's Sora here? Here it is. Like I think this looks so cool. I'll see if I can capture it. And this is a little pamphlet. This is how Sora originally looked. Okay, this is. I think it looked pretty cute and adorable. And then this is how they ended up with the Sora we know. Which was a. Well, yeah, it's an interesting concept though. So cool. Look at this. Like, is he eating a fish? I guess so. So glad I still have it. I was at some point considering to sell it, but then I was like, nope, because I got the PS4 version. This one, the game worker at the game store was just like, here, take it. I'm not selling it, so to just take it. And I was like, okay, why not? I don't have the game actually anymore, so it's just an empty steelbook case. Hey, if somebody wants it, maybe I will sell it on the flea market. At a game store then, I picked up this, the limited edition of Dark Souls. I just wanted it because it came with... I love Dark Souls. And it came with an extra art book also, which is so cool to check to it. An original soundtrack CD, a digital game guide, behind the scenes DVD. I don't think the game guide is available anymore. Don't worry, I won't sell it. I will never sell it now. I think I have one more thing to show from special stuff. And I don't think my camera will be able to pick it up because it's so huge. And that's the Crystal Edition of Final Fantasy 13-2. I won't open it up right now, but it has a t-shirt, a soundtrack, an art book, art prints, and postcards. Why of all things postcards, but hey. Okay, last little stack and then I'm done for today because I still have Switch and PS4 games and PS5. Oh, relax. It's not much anymore. One of the beginning games that we got for the PS3 was we are a big fan. We love the franchise, which is Metal Gear Solid 4. As you can see, it's one of my oldest PS3 games. I opened this one a lot. The cardboard is really getting old and dusty, but the box itself looks still pretty clean. We always, starting from here, we kind of took care of stuff except for the box, of course. We were like, oh, it's cardboard. But yeah, this is one of the games that I think the first game we got for the PS3. And it was amazing to play, and I still think it is. And it has never been ported to a modern console. So maybe with the newer Legacy collections, who knows? Maybe they will port it to the PS4 or PS5, which would be lovely. Next up, we have Bakugan Defenders of the Core, also a decent platinum to get. Yeah, it's a fun little fighting game with Bakugan. Next up, we have the Sly Trilogy, which I still need to play. I heard it was also decent platinums to get. I am playing it a little on the Vita though, and yeah, seems pretty fun. We got Lollipop Chainsaw. This is also getting a remake, from what I heard. Next up, a game, oh, I love it too, I played it so much. The Tomb Raider trilogy, which I gave the trilogy then to my brother, but in the Xbox 360 versions, because he had an Xbox, I had PS3. Got the platinum for Legends, I got the platinum for Tomb Raider Underworld, but not for Anniversary. But I kind of still want to go for it, but I think it might take me too long, because I'm not used to the puzzles anymore, and I don't know any of them anymore. I know there's also time trials, which I hated in Legend. I hate time trials, hate it so much. But great trilogy, which I think there are better versions now to play it though. Enslaved Odyssey to the West. I just picked this one up because I heard it was pretty good, but I never played it. Also got it pretty cheap. And also this girl, if you remember Net Survival Guide, she is the motion capture player for this one. Then I picked up Fear 3, the Steelbook edition. Never played it. I got this from my brother, younger brother, and he was big into Call of Duty first-person shooters. And yeah, he never played it. I think he did play it a little, and then he stopped because he was too scared. And then we have Turok. Picked this one up because it was with dinosaurs. I'm not so good at first person, but I will definitely give this one a try again. Okay, the last little stack. We have Skate 3, picked this up at the flea market because I saw also the price was getting higher. Yeah, it's a decent little skate game. I think it's a good skating game. Had to get used to the controls a lot though, because I was not used to it, because I was Tony Hawk is better. Then we have Transformers the game, just picked this cheaply up, just because yeah, I played the PS2 version, and I wanted to see if the PS3 version is better. Right, cheap game for the collection, why not? This one I still want to play, Fear 2, Project Origin. Yeah, still need to give this a shot. Fear Alma again. For me it's Fear Alma. Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Danger of the Use. They are pretty cheap because they use the same artwork for the DVD set. They just and again, same artwork. They were so lazy. Oh yeah, print, copy, paste. Did play it. Could be a little better. Could be a little better though. Not as good as I thought it would be. Darksiders, played a couple of hours into it and then I stopped. But again, I got it pretty cheaply, so hey. Thought it was like, oh, it's God of War with meets Zelda. But yeah, for me it didn't capture me yet, but it was okay to play. Then I played this one, Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2. I did finish it because it was short. Not much to say, it was, they could have done better. And then we have Star Wars The Force Unleashed. I played actually the PSP version first and the PS2 version. And I think they're all different kind of things. And then I played this one, which is completely different than the PSP and the PS2. Yeah, it's a pretty cool game, especially if you're a fan of Star Wars. But And then we have Chronicles of Riddick, because I heard I had great reviews, and I was watching the Riddick movie, so of course I had to get it. And I like it that it's voiced by actually Vin Diesel, so that's great. And here's Prototype, which is like the rival of Infamous at the time, for me at least. It was either Infamous or Prototype, but I think they're both great games. But I choose Infamous more though. Then we have Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, Will of Fire Edition, which came with a figure, I think. And I still have it though. And also with a little DVD with Itachi cooking an egg for Sasuke. And then we have Harry Potter and the Deadly Hallows Part 1. This was a game from my younger brother, and he gave it to me when he stopped playing PS3 games, so just in the collection. And that was it for my PS3 games. The next time I will do a video game collection, it will be PS4 and PS5 plus Switch. And that will be almost the end of my collection video. So thank you so much for joining, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!